Here we are at the augmented reality sand table, or erosion table. This is a representation of topography on our landscape. And we're looking at how topography is reflected on our landscape due to potential management activities or the choices we decide to make on our land and how we're dealing with our land and modifications that we're making due to those choices. And the reason we were looking at doing this is because the risk for runoff is quite high in southern Illinois. The way we manage for that risk is to implement conservation practices that limit erosion, that limit the amount of sediment that gets washed off, and that limits the amount of total water runoff. The color gradation here is all about elevation. So the blue colors indicate where we've tapped into water. So we basically set a plane or an elevation for water, and anything below that elevation is highlighted in blue on the sand here. And then the higher elevations just get more and more red. The lines coming down are really close together because these lines are topographic lines. So they indicate an elevation profile. So everything along that circle or around that same line there is the same elevation. And as you move down to the next line, that's a different elevation, that's a lower elevation. The closer the lines are together, that means we're very, very steep. So the elevation drops very rapidly. If you have a very rapid change in elevation, that's a potential indication that there's a risk for erosion and for severe runoff and potentially some downstream flooding impacts because of that. So ultimately, we'd like to be able to use this tool to be able to talk to farmers about how their management activities are influencing water quality, but also so that we can visualize on the fly how some of the decisions about conservation they might be making might impact soil erosion and water quality in the long run. The ultimate goal is to reduce nutrient losses from farms and to be able to visualize and implement strategies to do so.